My Eurovision fools, it's Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and right now we have a bunch of updates related to Eurovision that I'm going to present to you, and I'm going for this fast, but I'm excited because we're finally getting more and more news related to the big events coming up. So let's dive right into it. Let's talk Eurovision. Quick update on Italy. We all know Italy is on a run at Eurovision, and if they continue to do what they do, and it's only a matter of time until they win it all. They've come close a bunch of times. Now, we all know COVID-19 coronavirus is a thing, and it also affects national finals and other festivals. So let me track back here. So Sanremo Festival is the pop in Italy is a popular event, a very popular festival, and it has a long history. As a matter of fact, longer than Eurovision. So that is quite impressive. Now, due to the ongoing pandemic, there was still a lot of uncertainty about the 2021 edition of Sanremo, how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen. We were informed a few weeks ago, fortunately, that Sanremo will take place, and that was the most important news because some people were really worried about that, myself included. And now the broadcaster RAI actually announced something quite significant, and they are saying that there will be a live audience as well at the event. So they are very confident, and they're putting it out there. There will be people in the audience rather than having an audience-free event. Now, Sanremo, just to backtrack again, is a standalone thing. By that I mean it's not an official national final like some of the other shows we see across Europe. But the winner of Sanremo is being given the option to represent Italy at the contest, but if they decide not to go, then they will pick someone else. It has happened in the past, most recently 2016 actually. Now, it is being reported, this is how it's going to work out from what we know, subject to change, of course. There will be two presenters, they will guide us through the show, and then the audience will be present in the studio as well, and the framing is closest possible way to the historical modalities of the festival. And of course, there is room for interpretation when they say it like that. We don't know exactly what the local or federal laws will be, what will it dictate, and what social distancing measures, if any, will be in place come March. Because we don't know if there's going to be a COVID-19 vaccine or not. So that is all subject to change. That's why they phrase it the way they did, because they don't know exactly in what world we're going to live in what, 5-6 months? That's crazy. Now, there will be several precautions that will be put in place as well, including, swab tests, temperature checks as you enter the arena, and so on. So they're definitely taking it, serious, but they do want to have an audience. Now, the event will take place later than usual because traditionally Sanremo took place like early mid-February, that like they're usually time, but this time around, due to the extra prep time it's needed and maybe giving everyone a little bit more time, it's now set to start March 2nd and then wraps up all the way through March the 6th. So those are the dates, March 2nd through the 6th for Sanremo. It's several nights, so sit back, long shows, but if you're a true Eurovision fan, you gotta watch them. I don't always watch them myself. I should. Now, we don't know yet how many COVID-19 vaccines will be available at that point, and to the public in particular, so stay tuned more of that. Things can change here as far as, how things will run. We could be already in a place where things look good, but it's still within the first quarter of 21, and we got to be careful because we don't even know what's going to happen to Eurovision. As we all know, Eurovision 21, there are 4 scenarios they have put in place as far as like what could happen, whether we're going to have a regular Eurovision just like we know it, a social distancing one where there's going to be limited people in the audience and all of that. Then there's one that's limited travel where some of the countries could potentially actually broadcast their show or like their performances from their local studio rather than traveling to the contest, and then there's a potential of complete shutdown where everyone involved will have to actually do a broadcast from their station within their own country, kind of like what Junior Eurovision is doing in 2020, but more on that later. But that is what we have on Italy. What do you think? All right, let's talk Cyprus. Silly pun incoming. Aye, 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 no fuego. And hear me out. So a lot of talk has been going on around lately about Cyprus in Eurovision 2021. And Elena Foureira's name was thrown out there, and she was apparently asked to represent the country at Eurovision next year in Rotterdam. And her being a fan favorite, people were getting quite giddy about this, of her potential return to the contest. Now, in case you're new to the contest and all of that, welcome, first of all, but let me just give you a quick breakdown. Eleni Foureira represented Cyprus in 2018 with the song Fuego and brought home the best result for the country ever. A fantastic second place, silver medal. During the rehearsals, actually she was the betting odds favorite, but still, in the end, a second place is an amazing result. And that's why people are excited. It was just so popular. But apparently, as it turns out, sad news, she has turned down the offer to represent Cyprus next year. So she is not going to travel to Rotterdam, at least not as the representative for Cyprus, maybe on vacation, I don't know. But this was confirmed on a Greek morning show, and a source at Eleni's label Panic Records confirmed that to the journalist. But from what we are hearing, the singer is definitely interested in returning to the contest, just not next year, because the uncertainty that comes with the current coronavirus situation, it's just not ideal, to say the least. Now, even though I'm sure a lot of Eleni fans are disappointed by the news, it's also encouraging to know that there is interest there, and it's just the current circumstances prevented a positive outcome, but there's always 22, right? So we got to be a little bit more patient. We know it's not going to be Elena Foureira. Who's going to represent Cyprus? We don't know yet. Sandro was internally selected for 2020, and even though a lot of the artists from last year were invited back, Sandro is not returning for Cyprus in 21. Therefore, a new artist has to be chosen. Another name that apparently has been floated out there, and if we can believe the rumor mill, is the current favorite to actually represent Cyprus is Kalamira, and she represented Greece in 2008 with Secret Combination. So could she return to the contest after a 13-year absence? Maybe, we don't know yet. But she, if we can believe the information in the media, this is the one that is currently the favorite to go to Eurovision next year. Now, there are other names out there. Another possibility is actually Ilias Kosas. You may know him as well. You remember him as the lead singer from 2013, Cosa Nostra, Greece, Alcohol is Free. Alcohol is Free. I love that song. Apparently he's under consideration as well. Another very talented artist. And that would be interesting as well, get it. So we have to wait for a little while to see what's going to happen. But it's not going to be Eleni. Boo-hoo. And just a quick update on Junior Eurovision is also approaching, yes, on November 29th, which is my birthday. Oh dear. What? Anyway, so on my birthday, Junior Eurovision 2020 will take place. It'll be a virtual event this time around. As I mentioned, due to COVID-19, the delegations will not travel to Poland, where the event is technically taking place, but they will actually perform remotely, with each of the artists performing from a television studio in their country of origin. And COVID-19 caused that, of course. Health comes first, so I totally get it. Now, we're getting closer. We are only a couple of months away, and Russia will decide on who is going to send their junior this year very quickly. Russia is next, and my team here already did a quick review of the songs in the running. And if you want to check them out, or you want to listen to the entries that are in the running for Russia, you can click on the link in the description box or up there as well and follow it and get more information on that. If you're into Junior Eurovision, that is, because I know not everybody is, but we got to report on it. So those are the news that we have for today. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates. Hit that subscribe button because more news to come, right? You always want to stay on top of it. Have a good day, everyone.